There's an age-old saying, little knowledge is dangerous. It belongs right up there with you don't know what you don't know, and ignorance is a bliss. You know, I won't be the first one to tell you, you should take the stuff you hear and see on the internet, sites like this, with 3 industrial-sized trucks full of salt. That's as opposed to a grain of salt. That means you have to have your antennas all the way up to the heavens. And you have to be so careful and to have your filter so fine that only subatomic particle levels get through. Because there is so much BS from basically anyone that has access to a $20 phone that can come up and say things that gullible people that are even more green than him will accept and believe to be true. And it's up to you, up to us as a listener to discern reality from garbage. The most important thing, one of the most important things I can impart to you on my videos, on all of my videos, the most important thing that I've learned that I can share with you is a saying that I believe comes from Sir Winston Churchill. And it's very simple. 3 words, and 3 words alone. You don't need more, you don't need less. And those 3 words are, consider the source. This means you should pay far more attention to who is saying what is being said than to the content of what is being said. In other words, you don't go on the street and ask a homeless person about how to acquire real estate. Please, I tell you this, for your own sake, forget about me. I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody, I don't know anything. For your own sake, always consider the source. You know, there are people that come on the internet and say, oh, I have the life. I moved from England to, fill in the blank. And life is great here. I wake up, I go surfing, I go have a drink, and these girls are all over me. They're begging for my attention. And then I have lunch, and it costs 1/5 of what it does back home. And then I go more surfing, and I go have a drink, and then I work about half an hour on the computer, and I'm making a great living here. The costs are so much lower, and I'm in heaven. And then you got a gazillion other people that are even more green and even less experienced and even less knowledgeable and less sophisticated than this chap, who will come on and say, oh, that is the life. Oh my God, I've always wanted to do that. This is my goal. This is what I want to do. Tell me how to do it. Whatever. A blind leading a blind case. Again, you don't know what you don't know. I remember I was in San Francisco, USA once, a dreadful place. It used to be nice, but now it's unbearable. And this girl who was a tech worker or something, you know, a lot of people from all over the country were coming there to be tech workers. And she said that such and such sushi place is the best sushi place that she's tasted, and also the very best in the world. And I asked her, and how many other sushi places have you been to? She goes, none. And I said, well, have you ever been to Japan? Have you ever been to Asian countries where sushi, was created? No. I said, so how do you know this is the best? How do you know? If you haven't been exposed to the higher highs, how do you know that the platform you're standing on is the highest one available? You don't know what you don't know. Again, you don't know what you don't know. So reserve your judgment. When you hear something, don't quickly jump into conclusions. Oh yes, this dude I saw on the internet said that such and such place is a great place to live, so I'm gonna make it a goal of my life and to go live there. How do you know that this guy that is telling you that this place is as the best place to live, that is examined all other places available, and after examining all other places and all factors involved in living and relocating to that place, he's come to the conclusion that this is the best? He hasn't. Little knowledge is dangerous. Ignorance is a bliss, and you don't know what you don't know. You know, so such and such guy got married and he has such a beautiful life. I see their photos on Facebook and internet, and they're always traveling together, and you know, they're always at parties, whatever. It's such a great idea to get married. I'm gonna find the next girl that smiles at me and marry her so I can have a life just like him. Right. Do you see what I'm saying here? I'm not saying that I'm the all-knowing, but when I see some things on the internet, on subject matters that I do know about, it's painful to watch. It really is painful to watch. You know, I will do a video on this later, one day soon. And my intention is never to offend anybody, but you know, it's gonna be a little abrasive, and it's gonna talk about the difference between a lowlife and a new rich. Now, I'm not putting anyone down, but it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, someone who is a lowlife as a result of his life experiences and whatever is a lowlife. And someone who's a new rich, who for some reason or another has you know, come into a lot of money, well, he's new rich, meaning he's not sophisticated. He wasn't born into money. He hasn't seen you know, the best of the best, so he's not easily impressed. And am I saying that the A is better than the B? No, but it is what it is, right? We cannot deny what is. We cannot deny what is. It is what it is. Whether you and I like it or not like it, or offended by it, or hurts our feelings, it's not gonna change. It's not gonna change the underlying truths. So my point on making this video was something most of you with a sane mind already know, but please, for your own sake, because we can get lulled into thinking, oh, well, this guy came on and, you know, he was presented in a good way and he said this and this, so that's probably the truth of what it is. No, it's not. Examine it. Go a little deeper. Things look good on the surface, you know, and when you dig deeper, there's often dirt. When you dig deep enough, there's often dirt. I hope this has been helpful. I hope you can get the gist of what I'm talking about, and I hope you understand that my intention is not to offend anybody, but to tell you the truths of what it is. It's a dangerous world out there right now. We're all exposed to a bunch of garbage. I'd say probably 98%, roughly speaking, the things we're exposed to is garbage, untruth, coming from extremely questionable and unsavory sources, well-intentioned or not, wrong information, misleading information. And then there are these hordes of people that are even less experienced, who are making lifelong decisions, and, you know, fundamental decisions based on wrong information that's been given to them by some nobody who doesn't know any better. I know it's hard talk, but it's real talk. Heed it to have a better quality of life. Ignore it and you'll be misled, and you'll learn the hard way, and it's never wise. Whether we're talking business, whether we're talking life, or whether we're talking romantic relationships, learning from the mistakes of others and benefiting from the experience of others always beats learning it the hard way from your own mistakes. All the best. Signing out from Phuket, Thailand. Hardly the best beach in the world, but it's a beach. See you later.